Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello, and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa. That alone needs a disclaimer, isn't it? Trying to create a republic within the republic. Well, the only republic within the republic who is refusing to leave the republic, that's us. Unlike Western Togoland, the little republic of Akwamu Edumasa. And I say thank God it's Monday. Another wonderful opportunity to perform one of radio's most important rituals. A ritual that can be addictive. You know, you just want to tune in and listen to the story and listen to the argument and see which side you can punch holes in it, agree or disagree. A good kind of different, if you ask me. It brings great minds together. Emotions are set high, and trust me, they are very real. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion, only on Joy 99.7 FM. Let us all gather and make truth good. Ghana card. Folks, the saga of the Ghana card. And I think I am putting a lot on the line today, folks. As I've grown older, one of the things I have learned to do, particularly in media, well, even in life, but mostly in media, is to pick and choose my fights. In my younger days, I was like a bull in a china shop. Anything, every fight, I was there. But now, not so much. And today's topic is one of those that, normally I would have just stayed clear of, move on. As I'm getting older, I'm getting calmer. But it's choking me. And from testing the waters, folks, I will be going against the grain. I will be going against the grain. However, I am sure there are some of you out there who are just choking as I am too. Ghana card, folks. A credible ID system to help identify Ghanaian citizens. One would have thought that this system would have been in place long ago. Long ago. Folks, there's this thing, there's this aura, there's this thing you can't put a finger on about Ghana. Maybe it's because of how we took off as a nation. Ghanaians and the world at large have a very high expectation about us. We were far ahead of our peers. I mean, there are giants of countries today who, when we started, were far ahead of them, some equal. So there are some basics that one would expect to find when you come to Ghana. There are some basics that one shouldn't have been on the table for discussion. Identifying who a Ghanaian is. How can that how does that even become a topic to talk about? After all these years of leaving Gold Coast and becoming Ghanaians, 60 years and over, and we are sitting down discussing how to identify who a Ghanaian is. Yes, just a simple identity. So we know who is where and what they are doing. Who has come in and who has checked out. Who's been birthed and who died. That's how you are able to project and plan. Folks, project and plan. It's one of the very first things any nation with a developmental agenda will do before embarking on any major revolution of change. Because you need to know who you are changing for and where they are and why it is they need that particular change. You must know who you are budgeting for. Can they afford it? Do they have the skills for it? Who I'm going to bring jobs to who? Can they afford it? So this data should be there so you can project and you can plan. Folks, and here we are. Better late than never. We are almost done with the Ghana card. Now, what to use it for? That is where the misunderstanding is. It has become like, we all know we came from heaven to earth, but how we leave earth back to heaven has divided the world. Some say Buddha, some say Muhammad, some say Jesus, some say some tree, some wood. Everybody has decided that the path back to heaven is different, but we knew that we came from there. That's what the Ghana card is. So we all know that the Ghana card is good, but what and how we use it has become a major misunderstanding. Folks, so far, the Ghana card, is a travel document. We have to pair our SIM cards to it, voter ID cards to it, SNIT cards to it. I'm told when you're registering your businesses now, you have to take your Ghana card. We have had many false starts as a nation. Some brutal, some soft. Trials and errors. People have died, tied up to poles and shot, all in the to kickstart the nation. And here we are, the world is leaving us behind. The whole world is leaving us behind. Major gold producing country. A product readily available to, in the world market to sell. And yet we are literally cap in arms, begging for handouts just to survive for a couple of years. Otherwise, we're shutting down shop. Folks, the heat must be turned up. And yes, I know you're not going to agree with me today, but this is what's on my heart. The heat must be turned up. Deadlines must be in place, by which time everyone of a certain age should have their Ghana card. At least 95% there. They should have it. And gradually register children 2 weeks after birth. Folks, here we are as a nation. And we turn on our radios today and every day we are lamenting, we are lamenting, we are lamenting. The whole nation has become like that father with the... Imagine Dangote's father who's an alcoholic. And you're asking the father, what do you need? Your son has everything, fleets of ships, planes, cars, everything. So why are you drinking yourself to death? And that's the frustration we have with Ghana. Here we are with Mother Ghana with everything, and it's just literally dying, and we are all frustrated. 90% of crimes go unsolved. Oh yes. 90% of crimes go unsolved. I'm telling you, if you're a young man, the chances of failing in a new startup is 70%. The chances of succeeding in crime is 90%. So you get out into life. What are your chances? To succeed, you go into crime because you are more likely to succeed. If you go and take a loan from a bank as a young man to try and set up, 70% you will fail. How do you produce such a system and so much youth that they should go in there and survive? Survive on what? Informal economy, folks. $63 billion informal economy. $63 billion. You don't even know where they are or who they are. But they are making the money, cashing it in. Folks, look at our interest rates. Sometimes it's like a comedy. You go to the bank and the interest rate they give you. And sometimes in your ferry, you want to ask the bank manager, even if I was selling drugs, would I make that interest to bring it back in this short period of time? When will I build the factory, start producing, start marketing to come and pay back this money? But I don't want to die. So I'll say, what? Yes, give it to me, knowing very much that I cannot pay you back. And so he's also thinking, well, since I don't know where you are, let's just mount up the interest. Folks, unexplained wealth. Unexplained wealth. All over. Unexplained wealth. Suddenly, properties, this, that, all on. And you just don't know, what work are you doing? What work are you doing? And yet, the state is dying because they don't have any revenue. State is out there begging for money. Fraud and blackmail, it's almost becoming an industry now. Fraud and blackmail, I mean, it's becoming very soon we have to probably legalize it. With the amount of monies going there, might as well legalize it and pay tax. You blackmail somebody, no, what's your blackmail tax, kakra? You call a fraud, no, bet you kakra na moko. Fraud and blackmail. Look at all these DV plates driving up and down, Coronas, white cars. You know, and it's funny enough, they all buy white Mercedes C-Class. I don't know, say, you know, a carriage one. They all have white Mercedes C-Class with DV plates on it, going up and down. And we know it. It's open secret that they're into fraud. Open secret. 2 million prank calls to emergency services a year. 2 million prank calls to emergency services a year. Jack divided by 360. I mean, how many calls they do in a day? I mean, that's just like too much. A day. Calling ambulances, calling fire services, and they are just scooting up and down the country, going there, and it's a fake call. Finally, folks, I think this will be a good way to monitor population growth. If you're printing nearly 900,000 Ghana cards, out of which 70% are classified poor, dependent, how do you build a nation based on such a huge dependent population? You can now sit and ask yourself, how do we build a nation with such a huge dependent? I mean, they are just this size are just consuming. They want free health, they want free food, free school, free. They just want everything, but it has to begin with free. They want everything that has to begin with free. Folks, if you ask me, I'll say let us link our DNAs to that Ghana card. Otherwise, let's kiss the future goodbye. Folks, otherwise, let's kiss the future goodbye. Let's just go and get a close sign, come and put it in Kotoka and say close. Krono Yapon. Finished. Closed. So, folks, enough of the excuses. I am too poor to go and get a card. I am too rich to queue up. I don't have time. It's not convenient for me. It's not in the Constitution. Folks, this is a lifeline. And we can't build a nation by trying to please every citizen. The general good must be enforced. The sense of entitlement is becoming chronic. All the nations that we aspire to be like. When I open the phones today, people say Singapore. Near bomber. Singapore, yeah, bomber. When you get to the airport, they put the punishment there. Say, these are our rules. If you can take it, come in. If you can't take it, you are still at the airport. Get on the plane and go back to where you came from. That's how they built those nations. And I'm saying we had so many trials started, try and error. We shot people. And later on in life, realized they probably did nothing. They probably did absolutely nothing. And compared to what we are doing now, dear, and not just you know, they were saints. Compared to what we are doing now, forever this, forever that, they were saints. And we shot saints. So, folks, this sense of entitlement, where everybody must be pleased, everybody won't lift a finger, everything must be done. You can't build a nation like that. You need to put your foot down. So, I'm saying let's link every vital document, every property, whether movable or immovable, any significant property should be linked to that card. Land, house, car, motorbike, whatever it is, link it. Anything of value, link it to that card. Then GRA can easily find who pays and who doesn't pay tax. People hiding houses behind names of house girls and wives, sisters and friends, no problem. If suddenly Abeku comes up with a Ghana card with the 2 Trasacco mansions on his Ghana card, he can come to GRA and say, hey, Joy FM producer na, see what dime you know what Trasacco for our pay slip stream here. File pay slip, tell me how it is that this appeared on your Ghana card. You see, so that we narrow in. It will be brutal. And it has to be brutal. It has to be fierce. It will be uncomfortable. And probably those who can actually make it happen are the ones who have the houses and therefore who make it happen. But that's how far we have to go. That's how far. So when you are driving your C-Class DV plate up and down, you have to come to GRA and they find out. Say, Jack, nice car. Where's your pay slip? Where do you work? And how much taxes have you paid in order to earn this kind of living? So that all this 63 billion, which is supposed to be in the informal sector, suddenly are in broad daylight. Suddenly are in broad daylight. Because if you turn up to buy land, if you turn up to buy a house, if you turn up to buy anything significant, it will flag up. And it doesn't matter. You can put it in anybody's name. That person would then have to pay the tax. At least the state gets something. So we need to bite the bullet, folks. But if you all come and say the new constitution, it will never happen. There will always be poor people. There will always be internet breakdowns. Something will always be far. The queue will be extra long, whatever it is. But if it must be done, it will be done. I don't know whoever wants to get a driving license and say, well, the driving license place is too far into Main Concord. They always turn up to go and get it. License. And that's where we have gotten to, folks. That is where we have gotten to. Unless we streamline and find out who is where and what they are doing and why they are doing it, then I tell you, you book rooms. I am a phone. We have to book a room for King Pisky. He said, Jack, don't go, stay, because next 2 years we are coming back. No need you traveling and then coming back. When we finish blowing this 1 billion, we'll come back. We have all these monies in the town. Plenty of billions in the town. And we see it. It's not as if we don't see it. We see it. I mean, cars and houses and, we see wealth. We see it. And yet, the state says, I don't have money. So, what do you mean you don't have money? Folks, once upon a time, my father was into pharmaceuticals, right? And he wanted me to pay for his shipping or drugs or something. Those days, young man, hustler. And he wired 10,000 pounds into my account. They freeze the account. Letter, Mr. Sintimisa, we want to see you at the bank. How come? Say, all of a sudden 10,000 have better account. I had to explain, bring letters from my dad. The pharmaceutical company brought the list and whatever it is, before they open the account. At least 10 days. At least 10 days back and forth before they open the account. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, sir, then we might as well, like I say, shut shop. You can't have a total liberal system, free system. You can't. At one time, you have to swallow the bitter pill, bite the bullet, so that we move forward. So there's transparency. So, the central government can now siphon what it is and extend the roads and everything. But what will be annoying is that after we have gone through all this and you call the police and they come and check the fingerprint and say, we can't find, what do you mean you can't find everybody? Everybody has a fingerprint now in the system. So you should find whoever stole whatever it is. Then nobody can run away. Prank calls will stop, because if you do a prank call, your name will come up. Your Ghana card will come up. And we can start blackmailing people. Yeah, or blacklisting, I think that's the word. Blacklisting people. This Ghana card is being blacklisted. You present it at any government institution, they tell you, no, you've been blacklisted. You can't rent a house. You have to go and find a guarantor. Then people start setting up. Consequences start setting up. So yes, I know people wanted me to say, oh, they got standing. No, but I don't side with that. We have gotten to a place where we need to streamline and tighten the boat. It's too liberal. Everybody wants to do whatever they want to do anytime, anyhow, anywhere. No, you can't build a nation like that. So I'm saying, tighten the noose, bring down sanctions, get every vital thing on that card, lock everybody, lock us all in it, so it makes us difficult to stray. All the same, I still want you as a friend. 0302 216 541. You are at perfect will to disagree. Just the language, you're cool, yeah? Go easy on the language. 0302 216 541. I am saying cut the extensions, get everything done, streamline things, let's monitor things and move this nation ahead. Hello, who's my first caller?
Hey, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well.
You expect us to disagree?
No, right.
No. You see, I agree with you. That's where we've gotten to. You are 100% right. To add on to what you just said, you see, Nana, in everything you start from 1, 2, 3, then you proceed, right? Sebi, we use more multimedia way, and I know multimedia has targets. You have targets that you have to reach. Everybody, right? I'm right, right? So what have multimedia done? Multimedia have provided you with everything you need, including good salaries. So that for Chinano, if multimedia calls you and says, hey, Master, you are not doing your work well, you are not able to reach your target, they have every reason and cause to hold you for that, to query you on that, right? Now, let's take this Ghana card process. And ever since they started, some people have registered a long time ago. There's someone academy, those they are there, who do not want to go and do it, who are being skeptical and all that and trying to do the whole blame game and all that. They are those ones. And there's also the part where there's a problem with the registration process. That one, you can't hold me for that. So check this. If we had done everything right, the beginnings, everything is going on smooth. You go to the station, within few minutes you get your card, everything is perfect. There are stations everywhere. And we know that this is what is going on. Then you have a cause to say you are holding me for not doing it within this time. Then we all know that the process is smooth. The process, there's nothing wrong with it. But here is the case. The process is faulty. And people are not getting their card, even though they've registered for a very long time. So that way, why do you crucify me for something I didn't contribute to?
Thank you very much. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening, Nana Ansah. Isaac James from Abokobi.
Isaac, let me hear you.
Nana, thank you so much for this topic. If I hear the people who make fun of the vice president because of his passion for this Ghana card, I ask myself, do these people want this country to move forward at all? And frankly, I don't blame them also, because it is those two political animals, NDC and MPP, that has made the people like that. They have made them to hold allegiance to the parties instead of the country. So whatever will be good for the country, they oppose it, and then follow things that will be only good for the parties. Because of their stealings, they don't want us to have the Ghana card that will control everything, so that when you go and do something anywhere, they will know that it is you that did it. That is why they are fighting it. Because if they go to all the good countries in the world that they want to go and spend their holidays, they have this identification system which have made it so good and make systems work there. They don't want our systems to work because they want to continue stealing the money. God bless you, Nana.
God bless you too. Hello. Yes, sir. Who's talking to me?
Yeah, this is calling from Sugakofo.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Yeah, my brother, you see, the system is not working in Ghana. This is the reason why we Ghanaians, ordinary Ghanaians, we are suffering. Nobody is saying that they will not do the Ghana card. You see, when you make the system work, everything will move on peacefully. You see, it seems you are saying that maybe Ghanaians don't feel reluctantly, maybe it's not fair. The system is not working. That's why people are refusing to do the Ghana card. You see, when you give them more time, they'll do it.
Oops, the line dropped. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Shem,
Shem, let me hear you. Been a while.
Nana, our problem is very simple. When was the last time any Ghanaian recited a national pledge voluntarily? When was the last time? Or when was the last time you heard the being said?
I don't think it's...
Stopped or you stopped. Nobody does that. And then the vice president is being bashed because that wasn't what he was touted for. This is an achievement, but in my books, this is very mediocre. You don't put people's name on a card and make a fuss about it. Charlie, this be basics. This be basics. During the 1960s, people went out of the Earth's atmosphere into space, and we are here. And we can't print a card for people who provided information, and we are telling them there's a backlog and all this. You see, when you use the motorway, during the MPP, their Congress or something, they put flags on all the light poles which are not working. And then I'm like, so you could do this on light poles that are not working. What about fixing even the street lights? You see, Nana, we've gotten to a stage where the basics are being touted as the benchmark. That's the standard. And that is, to me, what is...
Oh, Shem. Hi. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, who's talking to me?
My name is Peggy.
Peggy, let me hear you.
Nana, I went to the GRA office to register for the Ghana card.
Mm-hmm.
After everything, I was told that I couldn't get the card immediately. Meanwhile, I wanted to use it to register my SIM. Then somebody there told me that you could have gone to Tetekwasi. That's a premium. Mm-hmm. You pay 250 cedis, and then you'll be given the card instantly. I did not ask anybody to give me Ghana card. There are many identifications that I have that I think serve the same purpose. But if you have gone out of your way to tell all Ghanaians that we should register for the Ghana card, why should I pay for the Ghana card?
No, that's a premium service.
What do you say?
That's a premium service, so you don't have to go for the premium service.
So if I don't have the card immediately, why would you tell me you will cancel my SIM? It has nothing to do with me. It's something that is controlled by somebody in his office, which I have no control of. So I think it is something that they should avert their minds to, because people have genuinely registered and haven't gotten their card. So you don't blame them for not registering, for which reason you want to cancel their SIM. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. 0302216541. Hello, who am I talking to?
Hello, Nana, this is Kobna.
Kobna, let me hear you.
Yes, Nana, it's very important that every citizen contributes his or her quota to the development of the country. But it appears in Ghana, a few people are benefiting a lot from the national cake than the majority. So the notion that the majority of the poor Ghanaians want everything free couldn't be true. The ordinary Ghanaian pays a lot of taxes. In fact, when they go to the market, when they go to the grocery stores, they pay about 17.5% upwards compared to other stores in the European countries where they pay only 7%, 6%. So Ghanaians pay a lot in indirect taxes. And now, if you want Ghanaians to contribute more, then you, as a government, needs to create more employment for them so they can pay taxes. Now, the Ghanaian government is not Parliament and the executive. They don't create a lot of jobs for the Ghanaian people. So how can they earn a lot of money to contribute to the development of the country? And in the first place, why is the president not paying taxes, Nana?
Well, that he's exempt from
Hello,
it.
Nana?
He's exempt from it. I mean,
Why is the president exempt from? Why is the president
well, the states,
exempt from taxes?
well, the states sat down and thought that. So unless we sit down again and think that.
So you are blaming the ordinary Ghanaians for getting everything free, right? But the person on the top,
no.
who is one man person.
No. If you use blame, is strong. I'm saying we have built a culture of a sense of entitlement where everybody thinks that I don't have to pay for this, and you, of course, you know that.
I disagree with you, Nana. I am for the poor person in Ghana because my family comes from a very poor background, and we have a reason to an enviable position where we work and we contribute our quota, if not in Ghana, but in the United States. I pay taxes here because I have a job that I pay taxes. They take income tax and then house tax and everything, and I pay. So in Ghana, some few people are not contributing enough, but they are taking a lot from the national cake. And please, don't be blaming the ordinary Ghanaians. It's not good for you to be blaming the ordinary Ghanaians. The government doesn't make things easier for people to contribute to national development. In Europe and in America, the government makes things easier for ordinary people to contribute to the development of the country.
And that's why I'm saying we should.
But you are always blaming the government.
That's what I'm saying. Hello. That's why I'm saying that if we are able to bring this Ghana card into motion, look, if we are going to wait for excuses, we will get excuses till the end of time. Oh, Niyama light off. The queue was long. My card wasn't ready. Yes.
There is a lot of unexplained walls, right?
Yes.
Those who are committing those crimes are the politicians themselves. They have the houses and they are renting the houses, and they've hidden all their assets. Now, first, if you want all the Ghanaians to contribute, please advocate for public disclosure of public officials' assets. Advocate for public disclosure before you come to power. Let us know. Let the IRS know what you have. That's what happens in the United States. That's what happens in Europe. That's what happens in the UK. So please, we need to set our priorities right.
Thank you very much. But that's what I'm saying, that once you get all properties on the Ghana card, these things then come to light. Because every house, every car, everything must be linked to a Ghana card. So that if the GRA just takes your Ghana card and sees 12 million cedis worth of property on it, clearly you have to come and tell them, how come you have 12 million cedis worth of property and yet you've only paid 700 cedis in taxes? If you have a good accountant to explain it, fine. If not, hello, who's talking to me? Yes, sir.
Hello, Nana.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so my thought has been influenced by this last caller.
Okay.
Because he mentioned something that I've been talking about for a while now. And yes, it's true. The Ghanaian system is designed to favor a few people. See, Nana, what you are saying, you are right. So that we can streamline how people make their money and the things they acquire. But Nana, before that, we have laws in this country that state that you declare your assets in the public sector. Am I lying?
Yes.
And when they do, that same law says that when you declare your assets, it cannot be open till something has happened. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. As we are talking now, Shraj is in court for this to be addressed. So what will make the difference if the Ghana card comes to play? It only catch the few people who it will catch. But here is the case that there's a constitution that governs a nation which is favoring the few people. So if you are not able to address that, what huge difference would the Ghana card make? I think we should look at the bigger picture from here, Nana.
I think the Ghana card can, mop in the informal sector. You can mop them in.
Yeah. Nana, I couldn't agree less. But who are we touching? Are we streamlining the majority of the people who might not be protected by this same constitution, or we are bringing in the Ghana card to streamline all of us?
Well, all of us. I mean, those
because,
are the...
See, I'm saying it's going to be difficult because if the constitution, this thing in the constitution still persists, then I'm sorry, it's not going to happen for the few people at the top. Because even now that we have right to information bill, look at how the state fight institutions that activate the right to information bill to access certain info. Look how the state fights them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? Because they fight them with the same constitution because the constitution have made it so. So I think we should look at the root cause of some of these things, which the constitution has given license to. Nana, see, you mentioned Singapore. They were able to ship people because they made provisions. They made sure that if you need beans to put in rubbish, it's there. And they make sure that you come and sell it. So that if you put the bin on the ground, they can last you. But you don't put bin there, no supervision. Somebody will come and sell it. And when I put it on the floor, even though it doesn't make sense, you come and lash me that. Where should I go and put it?
So it's a give and take. Thank you very much. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, my name is Good Old Pap. I'm calling from Adabraka.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Nana, I just want to ask a simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Ghana card the only means to identify as Ghanaian?
Well, we are trying to make it the only means so that we put everything on it so that you streamline it. Otherwise, I would then bring my passport. And on my passport, I can't register my property or my passport and take my passport to GRA. But with the Ghana card, because of how it is set up, you can put your driver's license on it, you can put your NHIL on it, so that we can literally track the movement of every citizen.
Everything.
Yes.
Granted.
Yes.
But Nana, you and I know these people even borrow from and all. They give their citizens ample time enough, sometimes 5 years, sometimes 6 years, so that you get this thing over and done with. Just this simple period, you want to push this Ghana card on every Ghanaian, and then we are not saying it's not a good thing. It is a good thing. And by doing this, like you're saying, you'll be tracking things, and then people will be paying things correctly, and there will not be any form of we are dodging taxes and all those things. We know. But all we want to put across is that give time. Give time enough so that your people will get and register on, NI, in London. Now when you are born, straight away as soon as you are born, you get an NI. You get it. So why don't you give time and then now push it on to like childbirth?
But you see,
as soon as you give birth, you are given a unique number. This is your identification.
My brother, if it was like how do you call it, the voter ID card re-registering thing? I mean, even through COVID, within a short period, the whole nation went through, and in the midst of COVID, we got it. So I'm saying it is possible. If we put fire on the back of those who are supposed to give us the Ghana card, they will make it happen. The EC does it all the time. They'll give you a short period. People will be in trailers going up and down the country to make sure that, even just to check that their names are on the list. Not even to get the card. So why can't we do it this time? Why all the excuses? We've done it so many times. And Ghana is very good in terms of getting people to register and do things. That setup is already there. So what is so unique that all of a sudden comes to Ghana card, so many excuses? If it's registering, you see people will sit in trailers, go to the north, go and write their names and come back to work. So why can't we do it, my brother?
May God be our help.
Amen. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good King, Nana. Good evening. Thank God for keeping you.
I be
pushing message, so I know I not just sending you and pushing message. No problem.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Nana, you are hitting the nail on the head. Sometimes I find a way of disagreeing with you, but it doesn't go. And there are a lot of people doing businesses in their homes, in their rooms, in their cars, who are not paying taxes. And there are some people who are earning something less, but they are paying taxes. So if government is making sure that we all being captured in the system so that whatever we do, we are being captured, we pay the taxes. People don't want to understand it. we know there has been some challenges at the NIA. Fine, but I will tell you for a fact that the larger population of Ghanaians are making things worse. Could you believe that my own junior brother was telling me that he won't go and register for his SM because he's owing MTN. So when they cut the SIM card, he end up not paying. And if somebody was saying that, why do I have to pay a huge amount of money, like 250 to get a Ghana card? So they are thinking that government wants us to get a Ghana card more than we need it. So when a time comes, you cannot use any other card for whatever services, and it affects you, then you are going to blame somebody. And then when you go to outside world, when you jump the red light, you don't think you are going scot-free. So gradually, you want to be there so that criminals and indiscipline will stop. And people are hijacking the system. People don't want the system to work. You say the system is not working. Who should let it work? You put something in place, and you see, Ghana card, somebody will go today, he will get a card. Somebody will go in 1 month's time, 2 weeks' time. But you may think that NIA is not doing anything better. Some people intentionally go with the wrong messages. You understand? So our mentality is carrying us. So Nana, I started with you very well. God be with you.
God be with you too, my brother. Hello, who's talking to me?
Desmond.
Desmond, let me hear you.
Okay. So I've realized all the callers didn't really, they didn't necessarily disagree with you, but they have issues with the problems with and how the process has been. I would like to add up a little. You mentioned the voters' ID registration and how swift it is. Yeah, it's true, and I've made inquiries towards that. I asked questions to why we are not being able to replicate same, and the feedback I got was that the EC has a lot of resources and are in every district, every corner, they can access you. So they are everywhere when it's time. And I asked why we couldn't do same for the NIA, and the feedback I got was they don't have that kind of resources. It's why they will allocate probably one particular place for maybe a whole big district for everyone to go there, instead of probably maybe being at every corner like the way the voters ID process has been going through. So I think this is quite a challenge. But Nana, there's also one thing that I've come to realize is that, see, in this very Accra here, there are still people who do not know what is going on in the country. Yesterday, I parked and a woman approached me, was asking me that, Meba, Matisa, you see, you try and card, he didn't even say SIM card. Say, Matisa, you see, you try and card more now, because you know, when I wanted to laugh, just like you're laughing, but I just realized that she had no idea of what was going on. So I started trying to explain to her, and I realized she has no idea. She didn't even know where to go. All of these people will be affected if the SIM card get deactivated. And also, Nana, we should respect process. See, I've realized that if you are not paying so much for services in the government institutions, you are not respected. If I'm going for a standard procedure and you tell me it's 2 months or 3 months, be disciplined with it. If it's premium and it's one, why is it that if it's premium and it's a day, I'll get it? But if it's standard and I'm supposed to get it in a month time, I'll be having issues. It will pass. Why?
Thank you very much.